If you're a sports fan, make sure you go check out SportsCastr for all of your sports needs. Whether you're a football fan, basketball fan, or baseball fan, this app is the perfect way to get news for your team and is an app I personally use myself in case any of you guys want to check out my pregame, halftime, or postgame streams. I'll leave a link in the description below. What is up, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and the New England Patriots have decided to re-sign tight end Benjamin Watson after his surprise release last week. Watson started his career here in New England, was actually drafted by the Patriots way back when, and he ended up going on with a few different teams throughout his tenure, and then actually decided to retire this offseason, and then the New England Patriots really were able to persuade him into coming back into the NFL, but at that time, he was in full retirement mode, and he actually went to his doctor, and in which they prescribed him testosterone, which is against the rules in the NFL because that is considered a performance-enhancing drug. So he came back into the NFL. He kind of figured that he was going to be serving a suspension because he knew what he was taking was against the rules of the NFL. So he served a 4-game suspension. We haven't been able to see him for those 4 games due to his suspension. We got to see him a little bit in the preseason, not too much though, as versus the Carolina Panthers, he did suffer concussion from Eric Reid, so he was not able to play in any more games after that as he was in concussion protocol. But the New England Patriots were able to activate him for Week 5. He was actually back at practice that week, but the New England Patriots decided not to activate him to play versus the Washington Redskins, and then after that, they surprisingly released him. Now, New England is already very strict and very slim here at the tight end position. They are only carrying 2 tight ends. That's really what they've been doing the entire season so far in Matt LaCosse and Ryan Izzo. And really, Ryan Izzo has been your top tight end here. Matt LaCosse has really not done anything. He's only had a couple of catches, has not made a very big impact. Again, Ryan Izzo, out of the 2, has made the bigger impact. And then versus the Giants, Matt LaCosse at one point was really limping. He was really slow in moving. He hadn't come back to the game for a while, but then later in the game, he actually did return. Ben Watson was a guy that we all fully expected to be the Patriots' number 1 tight end here, whether they had Lance Kendricks in the game, or Ryan Izzo, or Matt LaCosse. We all suspected right from the beginning, right from the signing of Ben Watson, that he was going to come in here and be the number 1 tight end, and then of course that surprising release happened, and we were all very confused. Not only were us fans confused, though, Ben Watson himself was confused. He was actually super disappointed and super upset that he was released by the Patriots, and he was going to continue to play football. And then a week later, he gets a call from the team that released him, and he's officially back on the team. Now, at this time, we currently do not know the terms of the deal. We do not know if it's just a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. If I had to guess, I would say it's a 1-year deal, but at this time, we do not know exactly what it is worth. I would imagine that it isn't worth too much, though. New England also does not have to release anybody in order to bring Ben Watson back. As I'm sure we all know by now, fullback Jakob Johnson, he had a season-ending shoulder injury versus the Giants, so he will not be coming back. The Patriots officially right now, they do not have a fullback in the game. They had an open roster spot, and of course with Matt LaCosse being injured and them having a lot of issues at that tight end position, it makes a lot of sense for them to bring back a guy like Ben Watson. Now, something I do hope that they do also is bring someone back like Dwayne Allen that will help both in blocking and run blocking, impact blocking, pass protection, really everything, but also they could use Dwayne Allen here as a fullback going forward. Moving forward, though, I fully expect Ben Watson to be the number 1 tight end here. Okay, he is getting re-signed. He hasn't played a game yet this season, but he has consistently played in the NFL year in and year out. Let's keep in mind, he was here with the New England Patriots for the entire offseason. He had been able to work with Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, the rest of the coaching staff, and the other quarterbacks. So it's not like he's coming in here and not knowing what he's doing. He's also had past experiences in the system, so he can be able to hop in here versus who we play next, the Jets, and should be perfectly fine to go. As I mentioned before, the New England's tight ends have really struggled in pretty much every aspect in the game, both in opening run lanes for our running backs, but also being able to get open and contribute here in the passing game. Now, both Ryan Izzo and Matt LaCosse have combined for just a total of 169 yards on 9 total catches and a single touchdown in the 6 games that we've played. Most of those coming from Ryan Izzo. That one touchdown came from Ryan Izzo, and then most of these catches and yards that, again, I just talked about came from Ryan Izzo. Now, not only were us fans and Ben Watson really upset about the release, but also Patriots quarterback Tom Brady expressed in a few different interviews that he was disappointed in the release of Ben Watson. Now, Ben Watson coming back again, Brady and Watson have this connection from the past, and they did a lot of one-on-one work throughout this offseason. Not to mention that he is a good tight end in this league. Okay, he's way better than anything we have right now. He's way better than in run blocking. He's way better in the passing game than Ryan Izzo and Matt LaCosse. So you're really going to see them utilizing Ben Watson a lot more, and I'll be really curious to see how this affects more specifically the run game, okay? I want to see how well Ben Watson is able to do with providing the run blocking protection, opening lanes, and if that makes any significant difference for guys like Sony Michel, who have really been struggling so far this season. Height-wise, Ben Watson is not going to bring anything too special. It says that he's 6'3", but I've seen a lot of other places that he's 6'2", so he really sits within that 6'2", 6'3" region. But obviously, his build is something that sticks out a lot more. 255 pounds. He's a big guy, but of course, it's not going to be that big target that you have with a Matt LaCosse or who you previously had with a Rob Gronkowski. But despite his age, despite him being 38 years old, he is still very good in space, maneuvers really well, has a very good amount of speed, especially for his age, which is very surprising to me, but is able to really track the ball down, has very strong hands, is not scared to go up and grab the ball on those leaping catches, is able to make those really low catches. So all in all, he's going to be a very big upgrade in the passing game for us, and I'm super excited to see what he can do versus a team like the Jets, who have really struggled so far this season, especially when it comes to defense. But that's going to be it for today's video. The New England Patriots are back at 53 players. They get an upgrade here to the tight end position, which us fans, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, really everybody has been saying that they need to upgrade, and the Patriots have been looking to upgrade. So very good move here by the New England Patriots. Very happy to see Ben Watson back. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. Like always, if you guys would like to get some merch, there'll be a link in the description below. Make sure you guys like this video if you have not already, and hit that subscribe button, and turn on my post notifications so you know when I make a new video. But other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.